Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Taurus in May 2021. What is going on, Taurus? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Taurus, happy birthday, friends. It is your season whenever you celebrate your special day in April, in May, whenever, with whomever. I hope you have a great time, friends. All right. I personally believe everybody's birthday, whenever your personal solar return is, you should treat it like a major national holiday and like treat yourself, take the day off work, send the kids to grandma's, whatever. But you know, if you're not on that train, that's okay too. Regardless, guys, again, I hope you guys have an amazing time celebrating your birthday with people that you know and love as best as you can, as safely as you can, because, you know, still remnants of a pandemic going on out there, all right? In general, Taurus, please take your, I hope you're safe, happy, healthy, and secure, and please take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love, all right? Some announcements here at the beginning, since this is your season. So, Taurus, you have your birthday reading already up on the channel. Check your playlist to get access to that. It's a general little ditty that I do for you guys that may or may not apply during your birthday season, but I do it at the beginning of your season. So take a look at that. You have this reading, April's readings, and then you also have a live coming up with me on May 9th. That's this Sunday, May 9th at 7 p.m. here on the channel. That's Eastern Standard Time. So if you are free, got nothing to do on your calendar, and you just want to hang out and get some free tarot questions or have a tarot question answered by me, feel free to join me, okay? There'll be reminders up on my Instagram, and so yeah, if you have time, come on through. Now, on with the regular intro. Anything you want from me, Taurus, it is in the description box below. Timestamp, information on how to purchase a personal reading with me, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, I give you all that information down in the description box below. Thank you. So take a gander if you choose, all right? This is the first half of your reading. We're going to start with that, and then we're going to expand on the message. We're going to talk about the bottom of the deck as the overall energy, all that good stuff, all right? So to start, though, Taurus, you have the Two of Pentacles, High Priestess, and the Death card. High Priestess, secondary major for Cancer, sometimes associated with Pisces, and also the Death card, primary major arcana for Scorpio. So, for some of you, you're having a real tough time getting on board with your spiritual self. If you're watching a tarot reading, you know, maybe I'm one of your first, if not possibly the first tarot reading you've ever seen in your life. Thank you so much. I am honored that you've chosen to watch this. But others of you, you're familiar with this world, this quote unquote lifestyle or whatever, but you've not fully dove into it. Or you're still exploring, you're still curious, but something, I feel like the Death card is like a holding back. If I'm honest, what I'm seeing is a spiritual awareness or a spiritual perspective on life, on the world, on creation, whatever. And then this is not the traditional interpretation of the Death card at all, but the visual of it is much more religious. So this could be for some of you, because Two of Pentacles is about making decisions. It is about weighing options. So for some of you, you're having a battle with the religious background that you have from childhood, from your culture, from your communities, from your society, wherever you come from in the world, and the values that you were brought up in, and the values that are innate inside of you. High Priestess is about innate knowledge, Taurus. It's about our innate intuitive abilities and our connection to them and our ability to utilize them, access them, etc. And we all have it. Every human has it, because we are products of the stars. We're cosmic beings living in the physical world we call Earth, but we all come from something that doesn't exist on this Earth, or within certain perspectives of what that we have here on Earth. But that's my opinion. You don't have to agree. So if what I said was true, this is a cosmic understanding of life, and this is an earthbound understanding of life. And earthbound understanding of life can be quite literal and linear, right? There are only, what is that saying? There are only two things certain in life: death and taxes, right? Something like that. It can be, and this again is not the traditional understanding of the Death card, but I'm sensing over here a very like restricted or boxed in way of perceiving something. And for many of you, this is about your spiritual practice and or beliefs. So you might have grown up in a religion or a household or what have you that basically says what I'm doing here on the internet as an anonymous pair of hands holding this this crystal in my hand, that what I'm doing is the devil's work, right? The very, very popular belief amongst several major, if not, offshoots of major religions. And you could have grown up hearing that, but you're drawn to tarot, you're drawn to crystals, you're drawn to Reiki, you're drawn to whatever, esoteric, spiritual, holistic, what have you. Yes? So there's a battle that some of you are facing internally. High Priestess is a very internal energy. It's very quiet. It's very reflective within the self, And again, Death card is not traditionally interpreted that way, but I'm seeing somebody who is in the midst of making certain life choices, is what this feels like, life choices. Because you see, the card itself, someone is, and I don't know why that green, it's so pale. Hold on, I think that's quite ugly. It doesn't do the card much justice. Let me see if I can, this mouse, there we go. Does that change it? Nope. It's still this gross, pukey green. In real life, it doesn't look like that. Anyway, so you see this person, they're on a unicycle. Number one, what a task. Not everybody can ride a unicycle, right? And then, balancing or juggling those two pentacles. And then in the distance, along the horizon there, you see that ship. So there's potential here. There's great distances or adventures, or there's something beyond that you could have, explore, experience in terms of pentacles, invest in, or it could be, again, it really feels like a restructuring of your values, or if not restructuring, just a reconsidering of your values. But the struggle is what reality says, possibly your friends and family, possibly what you know of, or what you perceive happens to people who walk a spiritual path, how sometimes in certain societies or segments of society, they're shunned. Like I said before, they're viewed as being tools of the devil and whatnot, right? There's a lot of flack that comes with stepping outside of the beaten path or going in these more esoteric metaphysical spaces that, when you think about it, are a lot older and possibly more in tune with the natural world than certain religions are. Just saying. If it's, okay, hold on. They want me to say, because for some of you, this isn't too heavy in your spiritual realm. So let me see what else is there, because that was kind of heavy. For some of you, oh, 1 second, hold on. All right, Taurus, I apologize about that. I forgot that the volume was set a little higher than I normally like it. Anyway, so for some of you, this isn't about your spiritual situation so much. It is just about trusting your own instincts, and how to do so would be, in your mind or in other people's perspectives, and they're projecting it towards you, would be quite a risk. It would require, thank you, some type of sacrifice or quote unquote loss that you or they are not prepared for just yet. So it's feeling like part of you says, I should just go for it. I feel really aligned with what I'm desiring, what I'm feeling, and it feels natural to you. But friends, family, colleagues, even a part of yourself, your own consciousness or your own anxiety, your own fear, whatever it is like, no. If you do this, it's going to result in something catastrophic. And that's hyperbolic, I feel, in many of your cases. It feels very much, it's either you or someone else forecasting like the worst scenarios in order to get you to not do the thing that you want to do. It's not a control thing per se, but it's definitely like someone... It's like crying wolf, but that's not exactly the right turn of phrase I want. But it's like that. It's like saying something's going to be awful, and there's nothing in our physical reality that's showing us that it is going to take this negative turn. So someone, either you or someone else, is like worrying that the worst is going to happen, when in reality all it really is just a change. It's, you know, and change is very scary to many people. It's very threatening to our sense of normalcy, our sense of what is right or what is acceptable. Yes. And change is not, whatever, I'm not going to go into it anymore. You get what I'm saying. Either this resonates or it does not. It is a general, so if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. But let's see what else is going on here for Taurus, please. Show me. Give me more information regarding the situation for Taurus. This chair is so squeaky now. Yep. So you or somebody is just like not making a move on this. And again, I've been saying you, Taurus. This could be someone that you're dealing with. This could be a friend of yours and you're watching them struggle, come to terms with certain things in their life, or become comfortable in their own intuition, in their own instincts. Could be someone that you care about very deeply. Hermit. Interesting. All right. Oh, bottom of the deck. Excuse me. Wow. Okay. Lots of reflective energy here. Let's see with the side position. Let me see how they want it to be. Okay, that felt really strong. There it goes. Okay. So, King of Swords in reverse. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing with, you don't have to be. Four of Swords. Hermit. Major Arcana 4. Virgo, you could be dealing, but you don't have to be, okay? Oh, this chair. I hate it so much now. Anyway, I apologize for the squeaking. So, you or someone else... I gotta be honest, Taurus. For some of you, you're dealing with a person who's like very volatile. Like, at the drop of a hat, they just like turn into like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing, you know? It's very their way or the highway, or this could be you, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But there's somebody who's very like totalitarian, like do it this way or don't do it at all. If you're going to speak to me in these ways, talk to me about these topics, or don't talk to me at all. It's very like they don't want to hear things they don't want to hear. They don't want to engage in conversation that makes them uncomfortable. You know, King of Swords in reverse is a very ornery person, irritable person, and full of ultimatums, full of, you know, expectations. And possibly unfair expectations, but in their mind, it is fair because it makes them comfortable. Does that make sense? So you might be dealing with a boss, a friend, a family member, whoever, who has a certain viewpoint and their viewpoint is unchanging. And that causes grief for you, causes stress for you. In some form or fashion, whether it's passively or very assertively, or not assertively, but aggressively or consciously, or it's just there. And this person is challenging, to say the least. Okay. Could be even a memory of a person is what they're telling me. It could even be a memory of a person because, in some ways, these corners are talking. And death isn't, especially in a general reading, it's usually not predictive of physical mortal death, but since it's a general, it could be reflective. Meaning, this could be someone, like I said, a memory of a person. This could be someone who has passed away a while ago in your life, Taurus, but their words and their convictions and how they lived their life, or the ways in which you guys communicated, could still affect you in your present moment. Does that make sense? So this person maybe has not spoken a word to you in years because either they've passed away or you guys don't talk anymore, whatever, but their presence is still felt. Okay? Now, again, lots of reflective energy here. Four of Swords and the Hermit, as well as the Hangman, which we'll talk about in a moment. So, Taurus, give yourself some patience. Don't beat yourself up over whatever's happening here. And don't rush yourself. These two cards, and the Two of Pentacles, and the High Priestess, most of the cards on this table are not about rushing. They're very much about in due time, or knowing that at some point it's all going to come together, or at some point the decision does have to be made, but for now I'm going to take time and think about it. I'm going to weigh my options. I'm going to list the pros and cons. I'm going to get advice, because the High Priestess can also be an advisor, either literally or on their face, a spiritual advisor, or even a doctor in more traditional senses, like a psychologist or a psychiatrist, or a counselor. So it doesn't have to be a woo-woo person. It doesn't have to be somebody who's in the esoteric spaces or metaphysical spaces. But anyway, so I just see yeah, it could be sort of how the silhouette is depicting here on the Hermit. Some of you could be, you're feeling like you're sitting on top of a mountain of emotions, of perspectives, of memories, of challenges personal challenges to you, challenges to your convictions, challenges to your everyday life, whatever. There's like an amalgamation, a collection of different things or situations, scenarios, and people that you are struggling to make sense of. You're struggling to find some clarity with. You're trying to understand the hardships that you have or are currently facing, and how they are supporting you, how is it beneficial to you. If you have an internal struggle about your spiritual side, or your perspective, whatever perspectives and beliefs that you hold about creation, and if you feel like you're wrestling with something, you want to know, why am I wrestling with this? Why can't I just accept this as the truth and not have questions about it? Or why do I have questions but no answers? There's this why going on here, and the Hermit will help you discover that and understand that. But it cannot be rushed. And I don't feel most of you are rushing yourselves. You might be frustrated at, maybe we'll say it that way. As much as you might know or feel like you're not in a rush, you're also frustrated, because I do get the sense that some of you, this has been going on for a while now, several years, if not the better part of a year. But for many of you, this has been going on for many years, or it's been in the making. It's always been kind of simmering in the background, whether you were conscious of it or not. Okay. I don't see, aside from a few cases where the High Priestess is an external person, or even the King of Swords is an external person, I feel mostly, Taurus, this is all within you. This is all for you to take care of or not take care of, for you to meet head on or repress, or whatever you choose to do. Okay. So yeah, not a lot of other people here that need to be, I suppose, considered. Because even if this person is alive and well, and you're in communication with them from time to time or regularly, I feel like you can kind of turn them down, meaning they're talking a lot of noise, and if you really want to distance yourself from this person, you can. So that's what I mean. Now, overall energy, the Hangman. Hate this chair right now. Hangman, secondary major for Pisces. You could be dealing with a Pisces, but you don't have to be. Again, reflection, going into an internal space, possibly for some of you getting into your subconscious. Akashic records, it's coming through. She's here. The High Priestess can readily represent that. Some of you don't know what that is. Google it, see if you'd be interested in finding more out about that. And accessing them, to me, is a little bit easy, but then also kind of hard and kind of nuanced. And I'm no expert not at all. But some of you, that might be worth your exploration or worth your time. Others of you, past life reflection might be in the cards for you, but I don't do that necessarily. I can try, but it's not my strong suit, gotta be honest. And even if one-on-one, it is a little bit easier than in a general. But there's something about going back historically that is important to you, and it could be your spiritual past, or it could be your physical past in your current life that is important to you. There's something within that exploration that acts as a catalyst or an awakening point or a turning point, because the Hangman, as you can see, is suspended, not going anywhere. But if you do that exploration, if you do that considering of what you've been through in this life or other lives, it will somehow springboard you into action, is what that feels like. Ah, back here. That was kind of a weird haha. Anyway, Two of Wands was behind it. I didn't look down at it until just now, but there you go. Two of Wands is action oriented. It is like, okay, now that I've got some semblance of what I want to do, how I want to proceed, I'm going to make a decision to move. And the Two of Pentacles is here. And again, twos are about choices and decisions. So this is a little bit more still and stuck, and the Two of Wands is definitely less stuck, okay? So that's, I think, for lack of a better phrasing, end game for you guys is to get unstuck, all right? Taurus, that is your reading for May. If this reading resonated with you, please leave a like down below. Leave a comment down below as well if you want to share how it did resonate. I would love to read that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see when I do uploads to the channel and when I go live. If you are interested in a personal reading, information is in the description box below. And again, I will go live for you guys this Sunday, May the 9th, 7 p.m. on the channel. If you want to join me, hang out for a little while, get some answers from me and my tarot decks, feel free to join me, okay? Taurus, I thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Take care. Bye.